What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of cleanup. And by cleanup, I mean we're going to get an electric weapon going for Karabük, because it is the last kill that we need for the Farslayer's Apprentice. We have combat alchemy that has been sitting at 1 wound left for this particular quest, which gives us additional cores, as well as the ability to craft other consumable items. We have Aether Orbs, which is going to give us another core, and all I need to do is 1 Terra hunt. So if I do a Terra hunt with a Warpike, I should be able to clean that up no problem. In the future episodes, I really want to upgrade a neutral weapon just so we can get the other lanterns, and then we have pretty much that's it. All I need to do is like 1 hunt with a electric Warpike. But this is my first time logging in today, but really quickly I'm going to, let's see, do we have any savagery? We do. I'm going to hop into some nicer wounding gear, I suppose. Actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to get into some nicer, let's see. I'm going to throw in that barb just for fun. Get some wounds going on the Warpike. That should be good. 4 savagery, 3 barbs, 6 rage hunter, 2 energize, 2 overpower. Add some more overpower, which I'm about to get. There we go. Energize, tough, etheric attunement. That's good enough for me. Let's see. First time logging in, we're going to the store. In the login bundle. Get some of that free login goodies. And I'm gonna crack that open right now just to see what I get, as well as get the ace chips. That's particularly the main thing that I want, actually. Merciless and acidic. Acidic +1 is a good come up. Acidic is my personal favorite. Warpike cell. What is this? Sturdy. I'll probably pass on that. Let's see. 23 for, I believe, a Molten 3. This is probably worth speeding up. 22 hours. I can pick that up tomorrow. That's fine. We'll do a Terra patrol here. Let's see. What are we're only going to be able to fight Skarn or Karabük, which is really nice. Koshai hasn't been thrown into the Terra patrols yet, which is kind of strange, but maybe they'll make another Terra behemoth sometime soon. The next behemoth should be a fire behemoth due to it being blaze escalation next. So makes me curious to see how they're gonna do. Where did the behemoths go after escalation? But we're just gonna quickly run this Terra patrol and get our orbs, get in and get out. One thing that's really nice about these runs is that I'm able to, while the behemoth fight is really easy, I can still take the time to get consumables. So I'm never really writing off any of these hunts that I'm going on. Like every single hunt I go on, whether I've defeated the behemoth or not, or I'm even going for the armor, I'm always going to be getting something out of it, and so that's really nice. And so we managed to get Skarn, which is an awful matchup for the Warpike, but I'm gonna see if I can get some wounds going and bust up this Skarn as fast as possible. We fought Rockfall Skarn, we fought Skarn. Skarn in the earlier levels are pretty easy, so not much to really cover here. This is interruptible. Gonna knock it over. Just wanted to, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the Warpike we're using is currently +3. We haven't gotten a lot of opportunities to really play the Warpike, and recently I've been having a lot of fun with the Warpike, especially in escalation. I really think that the Warpike personally needs a pretty big rework. For example, the Warpike has a mechanic that it's kind of like a momentum or a ramp, similar to the axe, but when you get hit you lose charge. So you can see that the percentile of damage is ramping up, And if I were to get hit right now, I'm gonna lose half of my charge, which is pretty lame, because not only do I lose that charge when I store it as a missile, the missiles don't even really hit that hard in comparison to, say, like a Grim Onslaught, you know, something that the axe can shoot for free. Like, that's 1,000 damage. A Grim Onslaught to the face like that probably would have been a lot more damage. So you waste a lot of time building a meter to deal really suboptimal damage. And not only that, if you need that shot, you have to build it up, right? Like, you need to build it up, and then you have to store it, and then wait for it to be the right time to use that shot. You can point blank the shot, but even if I shoot the armor, like 300 damage, right? I'd rather just keep the 20% damage. So it's kind of like, what's the point? And then at that point, you can just kind of be like, you know, Revvy, just use another special. But I mean, every special suffers from that. They just give varying results of damage out of it, right? Like, Savage Wellspring is considered the best Warpike special because it provides a crit aura that, you know, you can give to multiple people, right? Crit itself is not too good, but it's actually really good in escalation right now currently. But another reason that the Warpike is considered, like, you know, pretty low tier is, look at my stamina bar all the time. Like, always, I am always out of stamina unless I get something to handle that. And I just kind of tank this attack because when you get knocked over, the attack is typically longer. I think I beefed it, but you can basically knock Skarn out of it without you can knock Skarn out of it once you get up and you have some invuln frames, but I don't know what really happened up there. Wasn't able to do it. Still unable to kill Skarn, unfortunately. I didn't really I'm not making good use of my savagery. Caught too much talking about the Warpike. But let's see, what else was I talking about? The special, the unlocks for the Warpike just aren't really that good. The best mod is Executioner Spearhead, and that comes from trials, and so you don't really get that until late game. The thing, I'm just super taking a beating from this Skarn. I'm trying to think of what the other mods are. I'll have to look them up here. But I know that Executioner's Spearhead in a normal hunt gives a certain amount of damage. It's either like 6 or 8% damage based on how many wounds you've created, and that just lasts for the rest of the hunt. Great in escalation, great for really long hunts, but the state of Dauntless is, you know, at higher ends of play, you don't really fight behemoths for very long. You know, many of the hunts in this playthrough have been, you know, 3 minutes, and so it's really hard for a weapon like the Warpike or the axe to get to their full potential before the round is even over, and that kind of sucks. And that's just kind of like the state of Dauntless right now. Not that that's, you know, it's still fun, I still enjoy it, but I do think that the Warpike needs some serious tuning, as well as the axe. Axe is super fun in escalation, and so is the Warpike, but my main thing is just like, I think the weapon should be fun and enjoyable the moment you pick them up, right? I'm a big advocate for that. The weapons should feel good before you even throw any cells in, before you throw in a specific game mode. And yeah, this is kind of like my philosophy on the weapons. But quick, oh, we got a gold defense core, nice. That's really nice. Let's see, wound. All right, we did the combat alchemy, we got our aether orbs. More bounties got completed. Warpike mastery. All right. Nice. Sorry for the Warpike ramble there. But we're going to open our cores. That's going to be the next order of business here. So Gold defense core. What do you have for me? Please be like a tough. Ooh, 2 9 lives. Nice, a 3 tough. Yo, I called that. That's awesome. 2 insulate. Yo, this is a banger cell. All right. This is great. Fireproof. Yo, all of these cells are useful. That was a banger. 9 lives is great. And the reason for that is like before Iceborne existed, Iceborne is just like busted on the scale of defense cells. But before that, 9 lives was like that was a good cell. 9 lives was really good. And it wasn't it was good damage mitigation too. It's like it's a weaker Iceborne, but it also resurrects you. All right. Turning in our cores here. Alchemical reactions. Dodge through 50 behemoth attacks to show the bosun you're ready to try Aether Drive and Life Drain tonics. All right, well, that just happens naturally, so we'll get that eventually. We got some more cells. We got 2. We got the bronze utility core. Crack that open. Nothing really there. Now the offense core can have some fire in it for us. The 2 sharpen's okay. All right. Next, we're gonna upgrade our Skarnax, because that is the Terra weapon of choice that I believe I made earlier in the playthrough. That was the whole reason for doing that. Doing a little bit of side quest cleanup on top of. We're at a +6 is fine. +6 is fine. We're just doing a shock patrol. Knowing our luck, we'll probably get Stormclaw, but if we do get Dras, that'd be nice. Get some more Dras parts going so we can upgrade our Dras weapons in the future. Gonna put my overpower back in this. Going to add that 3 tough that we just got. Huge come up. Huge come up there. Now I'm debating whether or not I want to use Grim Onslaught or go back to Flight of Ruin. I've been having a lot of fun. You know, okay, here's the thing. Grim Onslaught is like the axe special. It's super good, but you know, sometimes I just like having a little fun. I think I'm gonna play Flight of Ruin. I like Flight of Ruin. Doesn't deal as much damage, but it just feels good to get that big slam in. Oh, we got Nene. Nice. So we can go over Nene again. You know, I've found that when I'm playing the axe, I feel like I explain the fights better. And I think it's because I'm slower. Like I'm focusing less on like, okay, I need to, you know, do this combo, you know, when I'm playing sword or whatever. But the axe is like, I just need to, like, I'm already thinking about my next move and all I need to do is explain that move, right? And so with the axe, it's just easier for me to just say what I need to do out loud rather than like, all right, I need to go, you know, light attack, heavy attack, you know, repeating elements, pop my overdrive here. Do I want to overdrive here? You know, there's a lot of thoughts going through. So right here, I'm going to try and just get like a cheeky resolve, but yeah, it's not going to happen in time. I'm going to throw out my Flight of Ruin because heck it. I'm still using, I still have Barbed in this set. So this is a little scuffed, a little bit of a scuffed run, but. And so with the axe, I'm actually going for the face on Nezaga first because getting that KO means I don't really need to deal with its attacks, and all I need to do is put myself and Nezaga in or myself and the pylon in between Nezaga so I don't get hit by that electric orb. I can also, I want to try this. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna deal enough damage, so I'll just resolve this and straight up miss. That wasn't bad. All right. Tried to get a little bit cheeky with the Flight of Ruin. I wanted to throw it out, boomerang it out, destroy it, and then hit Nezaga on the way back, but maybe a little ambitious there. That's all right. Get to determination 1. Now, you have a choice here. I know for a fact that I haven't really cut the tail too much on Nezaga. And so I'm gonna actually go for that while I can. I'm gonna charge my axe while I'm at it. I'm out of stam. That's unfortunate. I'm just gonna walk in to get my stamina back. While Nazog is creating more pylons, I'm gonna destroy the one that's making it Acer charged. I'm gonna resolve this lightning. Nice. The Skarn shield, or the Skarn axe, is keeping me alive by generating shields. Gonna run around and see if I can slam this tail. That doesn't hit? Bruh. All right. I need people to tell me that that looked like it hit, but hey. I guess I'm trash. You know, if I get people telling me I'm trash in the comments, you know, I don't blame you, you know. I don't blame you. Today is not my Dauntless day, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's the new year, or about to be the new year. And I am not playing well. Oh man. So I'm going for the tail right now, and we'll probably break that leg that I just unleashed hell on. Dang. All right. So ideally, if you're going for a really fast kill there, you could have just kept going for the head. Breaking the head repeatedly, getting those overpowered windows with the KOs that the Skarnax actually has KOK on it, or KOK is short for Knockout King, the cell perk. Getting those overpower windows, obviously very important if you're using overpower. All right, there we go. That's a cut tail. All right, now we're gonna keep going for those breaks. This back leg is a little weak from the little onslaught that we had before. Gonna resolve this hit. Generating shields. Roll that. Going back for this leg. Izaga's pretty slow, right? I haven't even broken into my my healing pots yet. Got a nice little KO there. I'm gonna actually heal now. Get my determination up here. Roll that orb. Hit this arm. Nice 2k hit there. And this is kind of like going back to the whole warp hike topic thing. Like, look how fast I'm breaking stuff. Look how you know, how much damage just having a Q. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess the axe is like a similar weapon to the warp hike, right? It's a ramping weapon. It has a ramping mechanic to it. It's much more severe, the ramp, but it's also harder to do because the axe is so slow. So I mean, that's justified, but I mean, you look at a simple mechanic like overdrive on the sword, and that does a ton of damage over time. You know, you just need to have the uptime to back it up. But you know, the shot, I'm sacrificing a lot just to deal, you know, a couple thousand damage. But you know, shockwaves over time, depending on how many swings you're getting off with the sword, can easily break, you know, 5,000 damage. I don't know. It's like a timing thing. It's a DPS thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy the warp hike, or if you think it needs a little pizzazz added to it. I'd love to hear people's opinions. And a video I've wanted to work on recently is just to talk about escalation, like my thoughts on escalation. Do I think it's successful? What would I like to see in the future? And I think I'm gonna do that here probably in the next week. I think that'd be a good thing to talk about. Because I know that Phoenix Labs watches my videos. So we've gotten that shock one done. Let's see, what are we gonna make though? What are we gonna fight Karabük with? I would like to show Karabük's interrupt because of just how it works. We could fight it with the chain blade, like the Hellion chains could be pretty cheesy. We can try hammer. What did we fight with it before? We have the Drask hammer too. We still need more Drask parts though. We're a little SOL here. It's a little frustrating to maintain all these weapons while keeping pace with the video, or like the series, right? Like I don't want to feel like I want to stop feeling like I'm falling behind, like I'm behind because I keep crafting up all these weapons. let's see. We'll take some. I'm gonna take this +5. So for Karabük, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that +5 hammer, because unfortunately we just didn't get a Drask, and we needed the shock orbs, and we're just pretty starved right now. We'll have to make like a huge patrol sort of dealio. So Aether Hunter is not a bad take for what's it Karabük, and that's because this Karabük has a little bit more health. It's still very fragile, still very mobile though, and so you're probably going to see its Aether mode, which is when the blades on his wings come out. And so as long as you don't break those, it will stay, much like Koshai. His antlers come out, it stays in Aether form. When the blades come out on Karabük's arms, it stays in Aether mode until you break them. They're a little bit more fragile, and so I'm gonna try and get a little bit of attack speed. Let's see, savagery can go away. Need more evasive fury. If I can get like 3 evasive fury, that'd be great, but I don't think I have an additional evasive fury. I'll take this wild frenzy just in case I get low. Like if I can stay low, that'd be a nice little bit of attack speed. Got 1 molten. You know, I'm gonna go back and actually speed up that molten. I think that's worth it. Getting 4 molten over just like what I'm currently running will help me significantly. Now remember to not bring any lightning gear. I need to unequip some of mine. I believe I'm still using. No, I swapped my helmet. We will lose this evasive fury. We'll add the 3 molten. We'll be rocking 4 molten, 5 tough, 5 overpower, 6 rage hunter, 3 wild frenzy. I might see if I have like 1 molten. Do I have like a 1 molten? We do. We do not. Yeah, we'll just keep the 3 wild frenzy. That's all right. Let's get on into our 2 Karabük kills. Razor Wing Karabük. Here we go. Really quickly, let's talk about the build that I chose for this fight. You know, I'm using the hammer. Hammer's very slow, right? However, Karabük is very fast. Seems like a poor matchup, right? But what we did is we got a little bit of molten, we got a little bit of wild frenzy. If you have evasive fury, I highly recommend evasive fury versus Karabük. Karabük attacks very frequently, and if you can dodge it, you'll get some nice attack speed. But the main thing to take away from the build is we have our overpower rage hunter combo, which is very, very strong in all stages of the game, as well as a little bit of attack speed to help us keep pace with Karabük. The strategy doesn't really change. We're going to be going for the head, and then we can break the tail, if you recall the original fight with Karabük. Gonna pick up my molten hearts because that is important. Gonna be priming hits to the head. Nice, that was very lucky. I'm gonna be doing my sweeping strikes into uppercuts. Get a couple Aether slams into the tail, which is gonna prime the tail break for me later. That doesn't hit, which is very unfortunate. Same attacks from Karabük, we've seen this. Going to use the bees here. I'm gonna take this time to maybe break the tail. Nice. Need to reload. I'm just gonna keep getting damage here on the tail because it's right in front of me. Very nice. Bees should fall off. Now, fun fact about the bees is that they take 6 hits to knock you off yourself, but if a teammate hits you, it only takes 1. So that's a new attack. So getting rid of bees, very important, but also you know, saves your friends a little bit of from damage a little bit. Chain blades are especially good for this. So this is the interrupt attack. Let's see if I can get it to do it again. Nice. You can do that blast dodge with double tapping the shot very, very quickly. This is going to break the head. I'm going to try and KO here. I just broke one of the claws in one hit. So it's out of Aether form. Or no, it's still in Aether form. You have to break both now. It used to just be break one. So that I just learned something. Now you have to break both, which is pretty interesting, actually. Oh, this is the D enrage. You can roll into Karabük or towards Karabük to dodge that very easily. I'm gonna try and get some of these arms, which is something that I failed to do in the previous hunt with normal Karabük. It's a very strange hitbox. Oh, got hit. But yeah, let's talk about the blast dodge, because that's a really common question. It's like, how did you interrupt that? And so you can blast dodge by holding a direction. I kind of let Karabük get away there, but who cares? Going over this this little mechanic, because it's used to interrupt. It's really, really strong at interrupting too. But it's called the blast dodge. You double tap and hold the direction that you want to slide in. So you can, and then if you don't press any direction, you know, you just slide backwards. Reload the hammer. Let's get back in action. I'm going to actually pop a frenzy tonic here because it is enraged. I'll actually pop a bulwark too, because we like our bulwarks. Get a nice KO here from the hammer. So, you know, when the hammer's doing its job, and a lot of KOs. Great for our overpower windows. Boom. I'm actually going to go for the arm that I know I've dealt quite a bit of damage to. It's going to be hard for me to... Man. Can't seem to hit in the correct area. I'm gonna pick up some of these molten orbs because I want my attack speed, and this is something that you just kind of like get in the habit of doing. It's unfortunate when your teammates, keep in mind that you need to get good at picking up your own molten, because people are going to be stealing it nonstop, and that's just kind of the unfortunate truth. People will steal your molten, myself included. I'm coming for that molten. All right, let's see if I can get the interrupt again if it flies away or something. All right, nice, we got it. I was very lucky. Gonna try and break the claw here. Yeah, I'm just not able to hit it. Maybe the horizontal swing. Horizontal swing seemed to work. Very hard to hit with the hammer, I'm finding. Karabük knocked me out, so I'm actually using my iframes to my, or like my getting up frames to get in some extra damage on an attack that would normally just be mopping the floor with me. The fight is very similar to the original Karabük, but it does have some new. So I focused on the hammer a little bit in this hunt, and I'll focus more on the fight in the next hunt. So we'll wrap up Razor Wing, and this is a +5 hammer, I believe, and that wasn't too bad. Karabük is a little bit more predictable in solo hunts. Everything is more predictable in solo hunts, but here's the thing. I see this a lot in the comment section, is like, you know, is it me or should I be soloing more? And the truth is you should be doing both, because playing in a group really builds your ability to adapt to a situation. Sometimes you're in unfavorable positions. It puts you more into those positions, and knowing what to do is learned from playing solo. But Dauntless is more fun playing in a group, hands down. Whether you're playing with friends or playing with randoms, it's always more fun in a group. It's more fun when, and you know what feels really good is when maybe your team isn't performing as well as you hoped, and then you end up, you know, getting the carry, or, you know, you just have some more epic moments that normally wouldn't happen if, you know, you hadn't trained up, if you hadn't practiced. And that was one thing I really liked doing when I first started streaming this game and started playing this game, was soloing it. I highly recommend doing both. If you really want to improve at this game and, you know, be a better player, solo, learn the behemoth attacks, learn them, you know, how can I manipulate my opponent to be doing advantageous things for me, which basically translates into, hey, what can I do to get more overpower windows? Right? And so that's why Aether Strikers and the Hammer are very, very strong right now. They have the ability to interrupt. They have some of the highest damage output in the game, and you know, they work well with some of the meta cells right now. So just a couple of little nuances, and I know I kind of tied it all back to the meta of the game, but and we got lucky, and Karabük is front and center. So first attack is typically just this little drift. I'm gonna go for the head here. It's business as usual. So this is a new attack, and so it teleports away. You know, it does instant transmission from Dragon Ball Z, but it always goes behind you, and so you can always just flip the camera in a 180 and you'll probably see it. And it is a fast attack. You got to be quick with the camera, but it's pretty much always going to be behind you. I'm gonna see if I can get two. You know, it's doing its insects thing. I'm gonna, you know, it's the bees, and I'm gonna try and just get another stagger, and then once the bees fade, I'll go for, I'm playing patient. Like, the bees are out, I don't want to go, I don't even want to deal with it, so I'm being patient. I'm letting Karabük do its thing, and just kind of conserving my stamina so I can dodge whatever nonsense it's doing. It does do a follow-up attack after that move instead of just staying still. Going Aether form. All right, I want that interrupt. It's gonna fly away. I'm gonna try and get it. Yep, nice. I actually didn't blast dodge there, and that was just a normal shot, so that was my miss input. You need to be really quick with that blast dodge input, like a really rapid double tap. I should be going for the tail here, so that's a blunder on my part, so I'll actually remedy that by getting whatever damage I can. Did manage to get my Aether Charge ammo, which is very important. Makes my shockwaves deal additional damage when I do manage to get that off. I'm going to see if it's ready to do the interrupt again. It is. I'm going to pick up my Molten Hearts. That gives me move speed. Reload my hammer. And go for the tail. Pop everything. Pop in my lantern. Getting whatever damage I can in. Nice. That last shockwave managed to break the tail. I get a big interrupt window here, or overpower window here, rather. Perhaps knock it out of Aether form or break one of the claws. We don't break it out of Aether form unless we take both. Try and go for both here. I'm gonna try and just hit the claw itself, like the blades on the, there we go. Now it should be out of Aether form, but we're keeping it really still, right? So you can see how just breaking up the behemoth, or Karabük in this case, is really effective if you can manage to learn where the hitboxes are. That can be on the legs, that can be on the claws, but the claws are typically ideal just because that's where the Aether form blades are. And we actually got we took less than 100 damage there, so we got a mastery card for that. Beat it in 3 minutes 20 seconds with the +5 lightning hammer. Very, very exciting. Staggered Karabük 10 times. We're getting quite a bit of hammer mastery here. Hunt Razorwing Karabük twice. Hunt 6 behemoths with the hammer. Nice. Couple bounties completed. We did get some Karabük chitin. Loot tables looks pretty good, actually. Got some deadly incisors. That's the part that is the it's from the arm or legs. It's from the limbs. Limbs are arms or legs, by the way. That's actually a question I get more frequently than I'd expect. Is do wings count as limbs? Do you know, do the arms count as well? Yes, arms and legs are have the same drop table on pretty much every behemoth. I'm not 100% sure to say. I'm not sure enough to be like, oh yeah, every single one, but I'm like 99% positive. We finish. The Farslayer's Apprentice is complete. Very exciting. Let's see what's next up. Oh, right, is Zelia. Zelia is the one that gave us the quest. I was like, nani. Farslayer Apprentice. Hit those targets. Silver Slayer core, nice. What's next? What is next? Make room, make room. Cat wants you to deal some with some of the deadliest behemoths in Ramsgate skies. He hopes you to lure even more dangerous beasts into the airship range. Huh. Ah, make room, make room. Heroic behemoths get to 460. Complete thrilling heroics. Yo, we got a lot to take on next. So we're dabbling in heroic behemoths, which is probably in the +8 area, +8, +9 area, 460. Very high up. And I would wager that after this quest, it's gonna make us probably do a couple more heroic quests, and then we fight Shroud and Rezakiri, which is the last quest. I believe it's called Bright Shadows. So we are nearing completion of this playthrough. Nice. Oh, I just saw the names Shroud and Rezakiri. Can I go back? Nope. Bummer. Well, we'll have to look more into maybe getting a little bit more gear in order for the heroic hunts. But that's gonna do it for this video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to support me and the channel, you can use creator code RevvyRad in the Dauntless in-game store or subscribe to the channel. If you want to see some of the action live, you can check me out on Twitch. That'll be in the description down below. Everything will be in the description down below. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.